Alright, welcome back everyone to CEVO Season 2 Playoffs. This is Game 3 in a best of 3 between Fabulous Fagos and Armata Gaming, apparently tagged up as Smeagol going into Game 3. Armata in the first one, not tagged up in the second one. Smeagol in Game 3. Maybe that's their strat here. But obviously coming a little late into the draft as I went to get a drink. But let's see. Where do we start? Batrider Wisp. Of course, always taken out. Really punish bad positioning or being even just a little bit out of position to the team that doesn't have the hero. Playing against it, you got to be very careful. Got to be rolling as a pack, use the buddy system, and even sometimes that's not enough. So why they're always taken out? Nature's Prophet banned out. Actually, fantastically played by Soyeon. I really like that he went for the Urn phase, then a Midas, then into the mech, and then that Sheep Stick, which we saw in that last engagement just a few minutes ago. That really the nail in the coffin there, as they just took that team fight by storm. The Sheep Stick was a bit of a surprise. They hadn't seen it yet, and they win that team fight handedly and go ahead and take the racks, and the GG was called. So very well played by Soyeon, and a bit of a respect ban as they take it out second. And Gyrocopter taken out by Fagos as well. And then the TA banned out, not wanting to be played by Scar or Blarg. Both have had a hand at it this game, but Scar taking home the victory on the TA. So banned out there. Let's go into the picks real quick. Alchemist Darkseer by Fagos. So they break away from their pretty standard play of always having that Alchemist into Game 2.
10 seconds
and I actually thought they were going to come back and win it, I'm going to be honest. They were in a pretty good position, turtling up, taking decent fights, getting back into the game. But then Armata Gaming said no. They had some really nice pickoffs, some good smoke ganks to really shut down the carries when they needed it. Scar got a little out of control. Then that Sheep Stick in that final fight, like I already mentioned, by Soyeon, was really just enough to take the game home. So, I don't know. Anyway, Fabulous Fagos, right back to their bread and butter. They pick up the Alk. They pick up the Darkseer, so two extremely strong heroes. If you were living under a rock and didn't watch any of TI3 or any competitive Dota as of late, the Unstable Concoction into a Vacuum combo, very nice, as well as searching the Alchemist, Ion Shells, the wall to fall back on if you need to turtle and be defensive. It's very strong from Darkseer. And yeah, Visage, Naga Siren. So Naga Siren gets through in Game 3. It was banned in both Games 1 and 2. But now we've got a Visage. Once again, likely to be played by OTC. We saw him play Visage. We saw him play Alk. Now he's back to the Visage, so switching up his roles a little bit. And actually everyone on the side of Armata Gaming switching up the roles in this best of 3 so far. But the Visage in play now. Lots of damage early. Hope to see another good game from OTC on that hero. And now we got a Naga Siren. Like I said, banned out the first 2 games. It's got the net, got the high damage and armor reduction from Riptide in the early game. And of course the sleep to reset any fights that go poorly, or if there's a nice wall by the Darkseer, have a bit of an escape mechanism or a reset to turn around, get into a better position, and then turn the fight. Now we have a Weaver picked up, so it was on the side of Fagos last game. This time Armata Gaming going to be handling that hero, and we'll see how they play it, whether it will be solo safe farming or in the aggressive tri-lane. And then finally Puck, the third pickup here by Fabulous Fagos. Strong mid hero, haven't seen it in either game so far. This time likely to be in the mid. See some big plays from Blarg. I've seen him play it before. Struggled in the laning phase actually the 2 times I saw him. Maybe just the first game. Struggled in the laning phase a little bit, but made up for it with some big plays later on in the game. And able to get up to his items anyways, such as the Sheep Stick and the Blink and the Ools and whatnot on Puck to make it an annoying hero. So look for a big game from Blarg. Into the bans, Gyrocopter and Quap were the last ones taken out by Fagos. And some strong mids, some strong snowballing heroes being banned out by Armata Gaming, the TA, which we already saw, and now the Shadow Fiend being banned out. Both heroes with armor reduction and large burst in the early to mid game. And also, if you're doing really well, pretty strong into the late game as well. And following that up with the Dragonite pick on the side of Armata Gaming. So likely to be their mid there, kind of just a safe mid. And a hero that actually does pretty well against Puck. It's really hard to phase shift the Breathe Fire, which does start doing quite a bit of damage to Puck, who rarely gets over 500 health in the mid lane by level 2 or 3. So yeah, Puck pretty squishy, hard to dodge it with the phase shift, so a harder matchup than you might think if you're not experienced in it. And then Rubik, the 4th pick by Fagos. So a strong support. We saw them play it a little earlier. Broccoli and Cheese likely to be handling that character again,
10 seconds
or that hero
remaining.
rather. Juggernaut banned out by Fagos, maybe worried about a mid-game pushing lineup or just 5-man stack. And then the Coddle banned out by Armata Gaming. Razor here picked up, so... Okay, yeah, Razor could go mid. You don't normally see Dragon Knight farming in a safe lane, although there is the potential for it this game. Maybe they go aggressive with the Razor. That's actually a lot of damage. The static, I don't know what that's even called. The Plasma Field by Razor will do a lot of damage to charge up the Soul Assumption by Visage. But then the net for the static link. So at level 2, there's a lot of killing potential. If this is indeed the tri-lane, Dragon Knight mid, solo safe Weaver. Wouldn't be surprised if we see that, but we'll wait and see. Likely why they banned out the Coddle, because I think they want to go aggressive. Coddle Rubik's a great combo. Pretty hard to go aggressive against, actually. Coddle generally good positioning to stand back out of the way, and then Rubik can save anyone after that. And the Bane is picked up, then Enfeeble could potentially pose a problem to this Razor if that's the way they're going to play it. And OTC, not on the Visage this game, actually going to be on the Razor. Just waiting on everyone picking up their heroes, and we'll get into the introductions as the game gets going. And look at that, the game has got going. So once again, on the side of Fabulous Fagos, they're going to be on the Dire this time. We've got Blarg handling that puck in the mid lane, just going for a fast bottle build, not getting pulled any regen, and buying straight up null talisman, so not having to worry about any of that. Better with Bacon handling, once again, the Darkseer that he seems quite comfortable with, going into that off lane. Pretty much his standard build right here, Stout Shield and lots of regen as he goes into that position. That way you can back off in jungle if you need to. Shredder in the top lane, once again on an Alchemist for, I believe, the 4th time out of 5 games. The only other hero he's played thus far in the playoffs is going to be that Nake's. So, fair to say, on his favorite hero, or at least most comfortable hero. Pretty much with a standard defensive tri-lane build. Backing him up once again, Broccoli and Cheese on the Rubik. Lots of regen and sentries. And Rarsum here. This time not on Alina, going to be on a Bane. He was on Alina in game 1. Last game.
I see.
Tree Ants? I can't remember. But anyway, Rarsum here on the Bane.
Wonderful what they can do these days.
Observer Ward, lots of regen. I'll quit babbling about useless things. And move over to Armata Gaming on the Radiant. We've got Jaw playing the Visage this time, followed up by Static supporting on the Naga. Lots of ward, sentries, and regens between the two of them. OTC, so he played support once. Looks like he's going to be playing that carry in the aggressive tri-lane. Or at least in the tri-lane. So on that Razor this time, and indeed they are going aggressive and looking to get this D-ward here, which I think they can do with no problem. Scar with a cool looking sword, headed into the mid lane here on the Dragon Knight. Same, going for that fast bottle build, and a solo Darkseer versus the Weaver. Weaver being handled by So Yun. He played a pretty amazing Nature's Prophet, I'd have to say, in game 2. And the creep skipping has already begun. That explains the Stout Shield. Also, he knew he'd be going against the Weaver, so Stout Shield going to be good in pretty much no matter what. But going for the creep skipping, make it a little hard for So Yun to get that first last hit at the tower. Can use Saguchi if he needs to. And looks like he will there to get that last hit there on the ranged. Pretty much what he has to do. Once he gets Gemini, it gets a little easier, but able to pick up 2, 3 last hits actually, so well done by So Yun. Last hitting under the tower by Better with Bacon. Just creep skipping, making it hard for him to hit there. But yeah, he's going to get every last hit, Better with Bacon is, as he's creep skipping, so going to get a lot more farm than the Weaver, as we can already see it's 7-4. But So Yun actually doing a really good job here at the tower, but we can see how much his health is dropping. He's got some tangos left, but he's going to be using up a lot of his regen, maybe even forced to go back. And maybe if he uses up enough of his mana to get these last hits, Darkseer could potentially go in for a kill. We'll see how that goes, but let's check in on the tri-lane. OTC. Wraith animation is a little weird to me. I'm not a great fan of it. Maybe if I played him a little more, but I'm not really a fan of the hero in general, so it's probably not going to happen. Should be able to last it pretty nicely. We see him at 3. Alchemist here now up to 2, last hitting a few at the tower there. But the aggressive tri-lane here looking to contest this pool just a little bit. They are quite strong. The sleep goes out. There's a Grave Chill onto Rarsum, and that sleeps a lot of mana. That's 165 to, again, just 70 mana for a Grave Chill. I know I mentioned that last game, that the Grave Chill forces out a lot of mana from the other team because they react to it. You know, they put a sleep, they put an enfeeble or something like that, and if they're running out of mana in their defensive tri-lane, then they can't really defend their tri-lane, can they? And then Visage here just being a nuisance, trying to last hit some of these. Nice, actually gets that one. Gets that one as well. So taking the XP from both of those, as well as getting two of the creep to come back towards their carry. And once again, an illusion rune. Rune of the night, apparently. At least the one I've noticed the most. Maybe it's the most obvious on the mini-map there. But going to be taken by Scar once again. Rotates out the lane. XP is pretty even so far. Weaver picking up those Tranquil Boots so he can continue to do this under the tower. So pretty smart choice there. Better with Bacon, used most of his regen, but he's got 19 last hits. He hasn't missed a single last hit so far at the 2-minute 40-second mark, so doing a great job. With the creep skipping, is doing it far back, so Weaver, you know, can't run in and harass him or anything like that. But this means he's going to have a fast, you know, mech Soul Ring if he chooses to go up, but mech, Soul Ring, Mana Boots are going to be fast for this Darkseer. It's going to take a lot of the pressure off the supports to get that item, and that'll allow them to keep up nice ward coverage, keep up the sentries as well, if they need them later on. We already see them. They dewarded that one. That's actually Fagos that dewarded that straight out of the gate. Oh no, they didn't. They went for it, but okay. Radiant placed their ward here. Makes sense. So no dewarding going yet. In the mid lane, both have their bottle right now. Puck winning the last hit battle 17-12 as it stands. So, you know, Dragon Knight off to an amazing start, but you know, still doing quite well. He'll be able to get some big items. Looks like an engagement in the top. The net goes out, the Riptide is there as well. Thrown back as OTC. Doesn't have the Plasma Field yet, and he's going to drop. That's going to be our first blood. Rarsum draws the first blood. Sleepy Jaw, or just Jaw, likely to go down here. No mana on either support's Grave Chills to run away. Takes some harass. So the first blood goes to Fabulous Fagos. OTC drops. That's the carry in the aggressive tri-lane that drops, so it's a little unfortunate. And it wouldn't be as unfortunate if the last hits weren't so close. 10-8. Neither are farming a lot, but Alchemist, you know, he's able to come back a little more, flash farm a little faster in the jungle, much faster than a Razor is later on. So if they're not careful, they need to turn this tri-lane around, maybe get some kills, or maybe just run these supports.
Tower is under attack.
But probably not. I mean, they're not that hard pressed to kill the Weaver, who's actually farming very well under the tower. 29 last hits. The Darkseer's 32 right now. It looks like he's given up on the creep skipping. He's got a Soul Ring. Gonna go in for a Ring of Regen. Yeah, and some boots. And then possibly just stay in the lane. I don't know. He's getting low on health. There's a net out onto Shredder. There's the damage steal. There's still no Plasma Field yet. We got quite a bit of damage if OTC can get into another auto attack range, but no, can't quite make it. Now there's no net. There's no mana. And I guess this tri-lane actually kind of just slow. I mean, maybe Naga's fast. 320 without boots. I don't know. Not really able to capitalize and get any kills. Did Puck go back to base? Force back to base perhaps by this, yeah, level 6. Nice XP lead. Half of a level here by the Dragon Knight and caught up in farm. Not that he was ever very far behind, but now 21 last hits to 22. So Dragon Knight sitting pretty in this lane. He's got 1 point in Dragon Blood, 1 in Dragon Tail. And then Breathe Fire, he's got 3 in, and that's just to harass the Puck, and that's what allows him to win this matchup in the mid lane. If he sends Puck back again with Elder Dragon form, going to be Green Dragon now with that corrosive spray or whatever they call it. Poison damage, whatever. If he sends Puck back again, he might actually be able to push down the mid tower, which is probably what he hopes to do. And better with Bacon. Lots of health regen right now, 6.4. Right back to creep skipping. Missed a couple of last hits, as now we see Weaver is ahead of him. And yeah, Darkseer back to doing what he does best. Gonna have a mech pretty soon. In the top lane, the aggressive tri-lane, trying to stay aggressive still, but now falling a little bit behind. I think Alchemist, yeah, still 14-18. No points in Grievel's Greed yet, so at least they're making it so Shredder cannot get points in Grievel's Greed, which is obviously nice. And once again, Puck roams, gonna fall behind in levels, gonna go top, has the Dream Coil, wants to use it, even though he's on half health. Pops the Invis that he picked up in the bottom. And now maybe they can make the trade if they back off on the top lane, and then Scar can go ahead and push this tower down. But it looks like Fabulous Fagos might take a nice engagement. The Invis goes in, on's a static. Only one to be Dream Coiled. He's taken down immediately. Ooh, nice phase. That doesn't just join. Yeah, okay, taking a bit of a beating there is Blarg from that. But either way, nice rotation. Scar, there he pops his form now.
Tower is under attack. I feel like
Puck already on the way back down. I don't think he's going to be able to do an insane amount of damage to this tower right now.
Dire's middle tower is under an extraordinary amount
Clear the
of
wave pretty
stress.
quickly. Although Puck coming back to this lane, you know, full mana, full health, doesn't have Dream Coil, probably not killing potential, but able to clear this wave and push it back. Nonetheless, maybe Scar just throws another auto attack on the tower. I'm surprised he didn't. Maybe could have got 1 or 2 hits in there, and that poison actually does do a lot of damage to towers once you back off. Checking on So Yun, Tranquil Boots keeping him alive down here in the spot lane. Higher armor, so he's up to 6 now. Every level he gets more agility. Oh, top lane, no mana there on Jaw. Could have been a kill, but you know, Visage, pretty mana intensive hero, fresh out right now as we see, and not able to throw that last soul assumption onto Broccoli and Cheese. And then So Yun, I'm gonna watch this. Well, now it's not hard to last there with 4 points in Saguchi, but 3 in Gemini. So getting his levels, he's level 8 right now, and that's pre-8 minutes, so pretty well. He went Midas. Wow. So really not bothered by this matchup at all as a Weaver. Very easily last sitting under that tower.
Fortified.
But the Midas is interesting. It seems quite greedy, I will say, especially with the way the top tri-lane is going and with Puck to force mid-game fights, you know, before they really want to. So a little greedy there, whereas, you know, Bacon here on the Darkseer, he's got a mech in 300 gold, so I don't know, they're going to be able to get the ball rolling on big teamfight engagements. 4 protect and 1 for the Alchemist. So far, still not a point in Grievel's Greed, not able to find that space as the supports are sticking up here. It's only 2-0 right now. Ooh, in the mid lane, is there, nope, Breathe Fire already used if he bottles, but the cooldown is pretty long on that spell. Maybe could have got the kill. We can see Fabulous Fagos ahead in the gold by 1,000 and the XP by 250, so not a whole lot despite the 2 kill advantage. And the gold so even because this Alchemist here not able to get any points in Grievel's Greed. Still has not done so and won't do so until at least level 7, as he's definitely going to get ult at level 6. Better with Bacon here, now 50 gold away from his mechanism. Weaver here looking pretty though with this Midas. So lots of attack speed so far, still very squishy. At least he's got the Tranquil Boots, so he's pretty mobile, pretty fast, likely to be able to escape, despite being very squishy right now. Not a whole lot of burst besides the Puck, and I guess Fiend's Grip, and Unstable Concoction does a bit as well. Nice warding, they see it, the pings come out from yellow, that's going to be static there on the Naga, so maybe they try to go for a D-ward, can maybe have a confrontation over that, but no sentries up right now. Rarsum could be in trouble. They don't send out the Ensnare. That maybe could have been a quick pick-off, actually. Blarg now hunting. So Yun sees him as he Saguchi's by. Just looking for that next engagement. Both sides right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is being subjected to extreme violence.
There's the Ensnare. Into his sleep. Rarsum sleeps himself. The Plasma Field goes out. It does a bit of damage. The Static Link is coming, but there's a lift. There's the Unstable Concoction. He goes down. The burst comes out from the Soul Assumption onto Rarsum. It's not enough. But they're going to have to retreat out of that. So they try to get aggressive once again, and once again OTC drops. He goes down. He's 0-2 right now. With only 24 last hits on his name. And Bane, he's going to sleep static. So nice positioning there. Here comes in the Chemical Raged. Oh, not so much Chemical Rage. Unstable Concoction, though, into an Acid Spray. Can they get static? He's not 6. He's going to go down here. Better with Bacon's up here. Level 4 Ion Shell. Going to do way too much damage for them to deal with. Scar has TK'd in, though. Plasma Field's going to be enough, so they take down the Alchemist at least. It's now 4-1. 2-1 trade there in the top lane. Alchemist probably wishing he didn't die. Better with Bacon has rotated, and I would say gave the lane away to So Yun, but So Yun was never really bothered by the Darkseer in the first place, so it doesn't really matter too much, but now he's able to put some pressure on this tower as the Darkseer has left and is no longer just continually pushing the wave.
Sorry, I just noticed
but he's got a Midas, 11 minutes, and now sitting nearly 200 gold, so I'm going to be able to get into a Lincoln's pretty quickly there. Definitely the choice to go for this game if you can get it pre-20 minutes. Oh, OTC once again in trouble in the top lane. Looks like that telekinesis concoction pretty strong. I'm not sure where the Bane is right now. He's in the mid lane, so I don't think his nightmare was there. But the burst providing enough damage to take down the Razor pretty easily. He's only got one in Unstable Current, which is the spell that makes killing Razor difficult, because when you attack him, you get a 4%, or actually Razor just gets faster. So he gets 4% bonus speed, and you get a little mini stun, and it's annoying. On the bot lane, Soyeon now being hunted, jukes right into the trees, so not where they expected him to go. Now they check it out. The sentry is going to be dropped. Rarson's got to know he's there. Ooh, that was an interesting time lapse. He's going to be fine, though. I'm surprised he didn't drop a sentry. There's no Fiend's Grip. That's probably why he didn't waste it, because that is a useless place to drop a sentry if you cannot get the kill, and they would not have been able to get the kill. Soyeon probably hoping that that time lapse was going to take him out of the trees, but maybe counted a little too slowly to 4 seconds. Or is it 5? Oh, it is 5. I'm living my whole life thinking it was 4. Now I feel like I was living a lie. And it's not FF versus Smeagol. I don't know how long that's been in the chat, but RVG 911. It's Armata Gaming. They just put the wrong team in there, I guess. But this is Game 3. It's going to be round 3 of the CEVO Season 2 playoffs. Still in the upper bracket, so there are 4 teams left. Of course, these two, Armata Gaming and Fabulous Fagos. And then on the other side of that, we've got... Who do we have? I think it's No Fire Wisp bottom going up against Chibusa's minions. Oh, in the bot lane, though, a bit of engagement. Darkseer gets a kill on the Weaver, actually. Looks like with help from the Bane, so Fiend's Grip. Yep, Fiend's Grip was used in that kill, so we can imagine how that went down. No Lincolns quite yet, and, you know, the Ultimate Orb is there, as well as the Hand of Midas, so he's getting there pretty quickly. Gonna have it by the 20-minute mark for sure, if you can just get back and find some free farm. OTC actually picking up a kill somewhere on the map, wasn't quite sure when. Takes out the Alchemist, actually. A little earlier to this, so 1 and 3 right now. 4 heroes down here, double damage, gonna go into Dragon form and try to push this tower. Is the Dream Coil available on Blarg? Indeed it is. The Fiend's Grip obviously already used, no wall, no that. Actually, no wall at level 11, wow. Bacon going pure speed. Pure speed and vacuum. The fastest vacuum in the land.
Tower is under attack.
We'll call him Roomba. That's his new nickname. Yeah, but no wall, so that does hinder the team fights a little bit, but I guess it makes sense. They're up 6-1, they're not really needing to force team fights. You can just farm and get around the map and use his vacuum.
Top tower is under attack.
And if he does, I mean, the wall does damage when you pass through it, but so far, no one hitting for a lot, so really wouldn't do a huge amount of damage, but I don't know. I guess a bit of an anomaly in the way you skill the Darkseer, so I thought I'd point it out. He's already got his mech, he's got his mana boots at the 14-minute mark, so he's feeling nice. Bane is like, good, I don't have to buy it, I don't have to farm, I can focus on warding and dewarding, and just, you know, getting some smokes, rotating around, trying to gank this Weaver, which is very critical right now for them, as, again, with the Midas, getting pretty close now. Actually picks up the Belt of Strength, so maybe... No, he's definitely going Lincolns if he picked up the Ultimate Orb. But picking up the Belt of Strength, probably wants to drop these Tranquils into Treads now, for a little more attack speed. As, in case anyone doesn't know, which I found out a couple people don't know, when Tranquil Boots, when you get hit with Tranquil Boots now and they break and you cannot use the active, you lose your move speed. You move at plus 25 move speed, which is 50% slower than Boots 1, so they're very, very bad for combat. They're great for the laning stage and a little bit of sustain in lane, but they're absolutely terrible if you take them into the later stages of the game. On Weaver it matters a little less so, as he has the Saguchi to get around in team fights, but it's definitely wise to replace them when you think you're going to have to start fighting. And speaking of fighting, Scar has picked up his Shadowblade, so Treads into a Shadowblade, pretty much the only build we're seeing these days, or at least the first item, onto the Dragon Knight in competitive, the professional and near professional Dota scene. And Shredder picks up his about the same time, so the tri-lane did affect him a little bit. I mean, normally in 8 more minutes we'd see like Shadowblade BKB AC. Obviously not the case. Now finally with 3 points of Greevil's Greed is Shredder, so he can get his farm up in the jungle now. Leave the lane to the supports, maybe get some levels, level 8 and level 7 respectively on those two. Still waiting for level 6, so they're going to be way behind in XP. Yeah, 3,000 gold in XP, but leading just a little bit in the gold graph. The initiate there onto Broccoli and Cheese from the Shadowblade is enough. If they take out Broccoli and Cheese, that's 3 heroes time invested. Visage now coming in as well, but it's a nice pick off on the Rubik. Bane tried to save him, but he's pretty low on health up here, waiting on his teammates, so he's got Shredder also pretty low. Blarg TP's up, tries to throw out the orb, slow down this push, but I think this tower is definitely in trouble. They got the familiars, Divinite attack, the poison as well. Scar, he's got the range on his stun, looking to maybe use it to initiate into this. Fiend's Grip is up, however, they get better with Bacon, who is still, without a wall, not able to hit level 12. The tower goes down. Oh, the Fiend's Grip! Excuse me, the vacuum into the unstable concoction. It gets everybody on top of the acid spray. So a 4-man vacuum onto an unstable concoction takes them all out. And of course, Fiend's Grip not having to be used. Wow, so they forced the issue onto the tower thinking they could take the team fight. What I meant to say was the Dream Coil was only on 1, but didn't even matter. Everyone was just kind of running around the Dream Coil anyways, like they were latched to it, you know, not really committing to a fight. And then Darkseer with the speed, with the level 3 surge, with the 4 points in vacuum. They land the combo perfectly, and they wipe the team in about 1 second flat. But on the plus side, they get the tower, but they're going to be behind on gold now as we see the graph turning around rapidly. And then it was plateauing a little on the XP as it was sort of a farm fest for a little bit there. And then after that team fight, about a 3k change in XP, even further into favor of Fabulous Fagos. Razor is actually going to be the mech holder this game, so the carry, or I guess utility, that was the farmer in the aggressive tri-lane. Didn't get a whole lot of farm, 52 last hits at 18 minutes. It's not amazing. Now he's trying to jungle a little bit. It's not too far off from the mech. The mech on the side of Fagos, obviously done for a while. Darkseer had it and Mana Boots at 14 minutes, so doing very well there, creep skipping. However, was not able to shut down So Yan on the Weaver, although this is going to help. The Dream Coil, it lands, it's nice, and then of course the concoction there from the Shadowblade by Shredder to follow up as he was prancing around on this sentry here. So Weaver picked off, and that's a nice pick off once again. He's going Sheep Stick? What? Lincoln's? Oh, sorry, brain fart. Yes, obviously that builds into Perseverance, which builds into Lincoln's, but when I see those two items together, I think Sheep Stick, so yeah, the recipe's done. He's still 800 gold off. That death hurt him a little bit there. 800 gold off, getting that Lincoln's at the 20-minute mark, so it's not terrible. But with the Lincoln's, that won't happen again at least. Although, that being said, if the Dream Coil pops it, the concoction is probably enough to take him out anyways, as still pretty squishy right now. As he's got, what, 1,000 HP? It's not a whole lot. Alk hits fairly hard. Well, Blarg actually going to take a Plasma Field to the face. Sleeping up the dragon there is the Bane. The net goes out of the Blarg, but he's way back. Oh, the vacuum is thrown, but the concoction didn't follow in. Static gets Fiend's Grip, but now the sleep is going to go out, and the Static Link through that, but the orb finishes him off, and that ends the sleep, and now everyone else on the side of Armata Gaming has to run. Scar's going to go down here with the whole team on his back, taking him out. Better with Bacon getting a back kill. Jaw, not going to stand a chance either. OTC's ulted up. He's running for his life right now. Weaver is like, I'm just going to stay bot lane and farm. Indeed, that is what he's doing as OTC able to run away now. But either way, another good team fight. 14-3 right now for Fagos. Very much in control of this game as they look to get their second tower here, but the mid tower tier 1, which is going to be a good tower for them to have. Lots of more map control. Room for Puck to roam around.
Radiant's top tower is under
as well as the Rubik and the Bane.
Radiant's structures are
OTC trying to do his best to stop this push with the Plasma Field, but he's got to be careful. Maybe not so much. It's So Giannis here now. Are there any sentries? There's still one on Broccoli and Cheese, so he's got to be careful. And there's Dust on Rarsum. About 200 gold away from the Lincolns, so maybe 22-minute Lincolns be appearing on the map pretty soon. He's 0-3. So, I don't know. Like I said, if he didn't have this Midas, he'd have the Lincolns and be working towards something else. but he was having a fantastic game, and it wasn't going so poorly. His tri-lane wasn't succeeding very well, that's for sure. It slowed down the Alchemist for a while, but now with 4 points of Grievel's Greed and these stacks that he's doing in the jungle, already back up to 4k. And what did he buy there? Oh, smoke's going out and the BKB is finished. So he buys up a BKB actually. So Shadowblade into a BKB. Again, still a very common Alchemist build. Probably gets the AC after
Dire's
that.
top tower is under attack.
And Sheepstick or Shiva's. No. Oh god, my brain isn't here tonight. Sheepstick here being built into by the Darkseer. Got that ultimate orb already. And wow, 1700 gold. So he's actually not too far off. And that's going to be very, very good item versus the Weaver. As we saw last game, So Yun, he who knows best on that Nature's Prophet, picking up that Sheepstick, sheeping that Weaver, winning the game. And now the same thing might potentially happen to him, as he is the Weaver in this scenario.
Radiant's middle tower
We'll see what happens. Still rocking the Tranquils. I'm not really sure what this build of strength was. It's obviously going to be 4 treads eventually. But now he's got the Lincoln, so that's going to be nice.
Middle tower has been
Deny in the mid lane, so
I've never seen
only
a
2
tower
towers so
more
far for Phagos that they've knocked down, but one of them there gets denied in the mid lane. So that's nice. At least a little bit morale going the way of Armata Gaming, but still very far behind. 11,000 XP deficit and about a 7,000 gold deficit as well. So Phagos very much in control of this game, and seeing as how well they play from behind with this lineup, which I saw in about 4 games, for them playing in front since about the 12-minute mark here, I'd have to say I very much expect them to take Game 3 home and move on into the, I guess, will it be the upper bracket finals? Yeah, I think it will be. Oh wow, Blarg picking up 1 bird there. The birds scouting out the Roshan pit, but they take 1 and waiting to possibly get another. Jeez. Ready to take out the trees. There's a resummon though, so they're not going to get him. And what did the courier just deliver to our? Some dust, maybe dust and sentries, I believe. He's got some mana boots up on the Bane, and since we last checked in on OTC, he's been able to farm up drums and a mechanism, so providing a little bit more for his team there with that heal armor and of course the attack speed from the drums, as well as the move speed. Sleepy Jaw, not much either. Treads, Wand, got some utility items there with the Observer Ward Sentries and Dust. Obviously, okay, yeah, the Alchemist, sorry, with the Shadowblade. So yeah, again, a bit of a standoff, lots of farming. Whoa, what was that? What? Did you just throw a snowball? Confused. Well, the DD rune is bot. The DD rune is bot, so no better time to try to scoop that up on your Alchemist and go ahead and take this Roshan. I think they can take the fight pretty easily. I mean, unless for some reason they don't get a coil or a vacuum or anything off. But if they do, yeah, Blarg getting into position there on the high cliff. And with the DD, who has it? Did they leave it? No, it's not on the minimap. Oh, I think Chemical Rage knocks it off, maybe? Yeah, having trouble with the Roche, actually, so maybe they can test now. They'll be able to take it. Shredder is quite low. They gotta be rare of this. Scar kind of just farming it up. Static, he's thinking about going in for the sleep. Soyun coming in to scout it out, and they're gonna have to back off of that. They get into about half health and have to back out. Alchemist having a tough time. Alright, well, now we find ourselves with a bit of a standoff in the mid lane. Pings come out, do they want to smoke, or... That was from purple, so that's Razor pinging that out. Let's say... Well, all of Armata Gaming pretty much revealed right now in the mid lane. Okay, there's the smoke, I wasn't sure who had it. It goes out, there's a Radiant Ward there. I don't think they're going to have seen that. They might expect it, they're all still behind their tier 2 over here, and looking for the loop around right now, with Scar and Soyun leading the charge. Will they find Shredder? No, he thought about walking up the hill, but then he thought better of it. Nothing happening so far. Bit of a standoff here. And they drop the sentry up here so they know they're not standing on a ward. AC nearing completion there on Shredder as he goes bot lane to just continue to farm. I don't know, are they checking Roche? Maybe they're thinking maybe they smoked into Roche. But not the case, they just went top, went for a loop around. Weren't able to find anything, playing very passive, very careful on the side of Fabulous Fagos. Still just sitting behind the tier 2. Soyeon making the best of this, trying to farm up. So far, maybe he keeps those and goes to a Halberd build or something like that, but I'm assuming this Ogre Club likely going into a BKB. Pretty much the new build for Weaver. Alright, game has got slow. We got level 2 on wall. Just looking for a big initiation here by Blarg for the side of Fagos to defend this tower. Or just, I don't know, maybe a pickoff or anything like that, but hard to get that when the whole team's sitting together as 5 at the tier 2 tower. They got the Naga sleep. I don't think they really want to use that to initiate in this sense. They need to use that to escape. They can burst someone down and then sleep and like readjust
bottom tower
or back off to go to Roche or just
extreme
get some better positioning to then take the team fight after the sleep wears off. Maybe that's what Armata Gaming can do here. But I mean, the DK doesn't hit very hard. He hits for nothing actually right now. He's healing things as he hits them, as the Enfeeble hitting him pretty hard right now. Bane doing good things this game for his team. Really slowing down this push. Maybe they're looking for the fight now. The Surge comes out. The stun goes off. There's a Dream Coil onto 2. Where's the vacuum at? Is it going to be there? No, it's not. The Fiend's Grip goes out on OTC though. There's the vacuum into a wall. Hits 2. Potentially 3. Blarg a little stunned up on the backside of this. Shredder getting all of his damage drained. But they take out 2 immediately off that team fight. And now they're trying to hunt OTC. The Surge is there. Shredder trying to get the stun out. He's going to stun himself. Looks like OTC is in the clear. Soyeon running off the other way. But the fight goes. They get 3 kills actually. No, just 2. The Naga and the DK go down. They will likely be able to get this tower here. And even though the wall's not up, that combo of the vacuum and the concoction is, and OTC goes a little too far out, overstays his welcome, trying to defend his tier 2 tower. He's gonna go down. Rarsum tries to save his teammate from the stun. Doesn't work. But they get the tower regardless. That's the AC done. So now they have even more pushing power. More than likely just gonna head back to Roche right now, as the Razor's down for a little while. And now with this AC, Shredder will actually be able to tank it. And the Illusion Rune waiting down here so that they can use that to scout out the jungle and make sure they can do it a little more safely.
2 goes into 6.
Well, the Blarg's out there, but Darkseer picks up a nice big fancy item with that Sight Device right now. So we need causing a nice disable onto the Razor so they can actually take him down. As we see him TPing into the mid lane at their tier 2, trying to contest this Roche. Although Roche at 1,000 health, dropping quickly, it goes down. Roche is down at 29:31. Familiar scouted out. Actually, one of them gets picked off there. Check out that resummon time. 77 seconds. Only gonna have 1 familiar, maybe none, after they're able to pick this one off. Looks like not able to do so. Those things are quite pesky, especially in the trees. Soyeon still trying to farm, yeah, going for his BKB now. He's about 500 gold off of that one. Alright, so 17-3. Roche Aegis on the side of Fabulous Fagos right now, as well as a substantial gold lead. They're up to 11,000 right now. An XP category even worse, 14,000 ahead, so they're way ahead. I guess Armata Gaming, they still have the ability to win a fight. If they can get this puck here, that's going to be huge. It does have buyback, I believe, so it's not going to be the end of the world if it goes down. And so far, it hasn't gone down. Fiend's Grip is thrown out. Blarg blocked a little bit, and just going to retreat and phase shift out of that as they turn this around. The Weaver goes down. There's the sleep by Static to reset this. 3 go down, but I think that's just going to be a retreat. Maybe Broccoli and Cheese with the Force Staff looking to steal this. She hasn't used another ability yet. Can he get? If this guy gets the sleep off, oh, that would have been a nice steal. It doesn't matter. They're just going to push the lane. Blarg going to head back to base. He's sitting on 2,000 gold. Could buy travels if he wants them, but probably not. Just gonna go top and maybe start pushing that out, or the mid lane. As where's Alchemist? Coming around the backside of this tower with the ace, gonna be able to get it no problem. Prepping the stun just in case. See if Rarsum saves him. Nope. No love. But they get the bottom tier too, so the gold graph, the map control, and getting some pickoffs there, so everything, all the 3 big categories, map control, gold, and XP, all gonna take a big hit right there for Armata Gaming, as they're falling more and more behind. Gonna be forced to turtle in their base pretty soon, as the wards just got way aggressive. So ward way down here in the jungle, a little blocked by these trees, and then of course here on the high cliff as well. So they know about every movement. There's one on the rune. They even dewarded it. That was back when they were doing Roche. So the jungle is pretty much unsafe to farm in. You're gonna get ganked if you're in there. So I think Armata Gaming at this point, they've got to rely on a smoke. There it is. To try to get a pick off, try to get back into this game. Just pre-prepping the ult there as OTC. They're going to find the Darkseer. He's surging out. Can they catch him in time? Nope. So smoke gank has failed, which is unfortunate. That's going to be on a bit of a cooldown. I don't know if it's a cooldown in the store. Oh, Weaver in trouble. Maybe in the top lane. Yep, he is. I think he tried to time lapse, or maybe that was an orb, but he gets Fiend's Grip. He gets put to sleep. On the other side of this, there's a team fight going on over here. They actually still are quite not able to get better with Bacon as the Weaver drops. Ah, there they go. So they get the Darkseer for the Weaver. Without the Weaver, though, really not able to fight at all. And without the Darkseer, Phagos is just fine. I mean, his Alchemist is pretty tanky, and with the BKB, 9-second charge still available, able to just push down this tower, not a problem. And I mean, they make a trade, a hero for a hero and a tower, which I guess is still pretty much going to favor Phagos, as they might even be looking at the 2-3 here. Weaver is pretty much the only source of annoyance. He's got this BKB now, so he was able to buy it before he died, but BKB is not going to do much from the grave.
I've never seen
Fortify has been popped. Still 25 seconds. The Dream Coil? Oh, Dream Coil was used, so they are without almost all of their ults. And by almost all of them, I mean all of them. Rubik doesn't count. But they're going to get the 2-3 tower, so that's big. And probably going to back off after that. Familiar stun, buying again sometime. Weaver's back in 5 seconds. The Rax, though, in a bit of trouble. Concoction's going to go out, it's going to stun by some time, but the Rax dropping. The Rax is going to go down, so they pick up the Rax. Weaver's back, he's able to fight, but this Enfeeble is actually ruining this Dragon Knight. Force Staff's going to break the static link. They're going to be able to retreat out of that just fine. Let's see, the sleep catches 1, 2, maybe? Waiting on the flank here, or the wings rather, is Shredder with the stun. The Concoction goes off. Gonna do the damage, but won't stun So Young through that BKB. He's gonna be forced to time lapse. Will they get Shredder here? Rubik has already died. Shredder gonna drop as well. That's the Aegis. Anyone else coming back in? Darkseer, he's flying in from the side. Can he get there fast enough? Shredder trying to live. He's still fairly tanky, hard to bring down. Nice silence by Puck to buy some time. There's a vacuum right onto the wall. 4-man wall. Nice wall by Bacon to turn this fight around. And Rarsum actually picking up a double kill on the backside of this. Sleep there onto Soyeon. What's he got left? Time lapse, BKB? No, nothing right now. Taking a lot of damage, buying a lot of time. Nice blink forward there. Buy better with Bacon to be able to take him down. So they turn that fight around completely. They get 3. Where's the Visage? He's running for his life. Maybe not so much for his life. And they're just going to call the GG, actually. It's pretty hard game to come back from as they get another kill there. And as we see, 17,000, 20,000 golden XP leads. Well, anyway, that's game 3. So Fabulous Phagos takes it, and they're moving on to the round of 2. I see KVH in my stream. I believe he was on the other team that's playing. No Fire Wisp bottom. Not sure if they won. Either ask him or check the brackets or just check it out. But this is CEVO Season 2 playoffs. I'll be bringing you some more action on the 29th, probably Thursday. I haven't checked, but I'll keep you updated on my stream. I'm Helium from FMBP Dota. It would mean a lot to me if you go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube or Twitch. And again, make sure to check out CEVO.com. Solo casting's a little rough, you know, sometimes. Usually I'll have Orbit, but he of course is playing with his team at the same time as these, so hopefully he loses and he'll be joining me soon. Thanks for watching, everyone. We had a decent amount of viewers, up to 10 now in the stream, so big shout out to you guys, and I'll see you back here on Thursday. Peace!